Hi everyone. This is day 5 of learning data science, and today we are going to discuss over the data type, which is string. And till now, whatever we have discussed is regarding introduction of Python, what are the variables, how we can use the variables, what are operators, and all those things. And if you guys have missed those, then the link of those videos is present inside the channel, and I will provide it you within this video as well in the description. So you can go back and look upon those. And so now let's start with the discussion. And before starting with, as usual, we have to start with the mind map. And I hope you guys have been reading the mind map every day, at least 3 to 4 times a day, because it not only helps you memorizing the topic, but also it helps you to look for certain things in a small interval of time, whether it's related to Python, whether it's related to SQL, or any type of data algorithms, whichever you guys have been searching for. And what is a mind map? So again, mind map is a pictorial representation of our data. So you can look for the mind map by simply searching on Google Python mind map, and here you will get the mind map for the same. So how to operate it? You have to just double click on it. See, I have double clicked and all the branches got diminished. If I will double click it, similarly, I can see the branches here. Same applies with all the subparts from 1 till 13. If you will double click it, several branches will be open from it. So on the very first day, we have discussed about the history. Then we have came upon what are the various applications we pertaining to the Python. What are the features of Python? What are the IDs which we can use it? And I have suggested you guys to use Spider because it works like a repel, and also it's a very beginner friendly. It's like you can see everything there. Certain uh, limitations are there whenever you are using any whenever you are using VS Code or PyCharm. Means like there are certain things which is not shown on the console or on the application. Okay, so as a beginner, you should use a Spider for that because it shows everything related to that particular syntax or that particular line of code. Okay. And the second day we discussed about the variables in Python. What are the rules used to keep it in mind while declaring a variable? Then on the third day, we discussed about the operators, and I told you guys to perform arithmetic operators, to perform all these operators through a code. And I hope you guys have been doing with the same. And yesterday we moved into data types, and in data types we discussed about strings. Okay, and also in string we discussed about uh, what are the features of strings. Okay, and so the first feature of string is that it is immutable. Okay, anything written under quotes is considered as a string. We can transverse the string using an index or slicing, and there are various string formatting as well. So I will open my Spider and we can start with the thing. Okay, so as I will scroll it down. So basically, string is a sequence of character as well. So we have discussed here कि anything which is written under triple quotes, single quotes, or double quotes is considered as a string. And if you want to write multiple lines of uh, string, a paragraph, then you can use a triple quotes here. Just I am using here, and when you will execute it, you will certainly get the output. See, the output is like this. And again, what is the meaning of slash n? Okay, if I will just remove it, Okay, and if I remove it and then I execute the statement, okay, just give me a second. So what does this means? Slash n basically provides you an extra line. You can see here the extra line is being provided here. For example, if I will execute this line again, then you can see like here the extra line is not being provided. And when I will use a slash n, let me copy paste it. Yeah. So you can see it clearly. The extra line is here. Here it was the one line space, and here is the extra line, the two lines you can see, right? So this is the extra line provide, which is shown in the output whenever we are typing slash n. Okay. So there are various functions pertaining to string, and the various first function is if we want to find the length of the string. So if you want to find the length of the string, then we can do it by len function. And within that function, use the variable name s1, because in s1 we stored Aditya is a trainer. Okay. So we will certainly get the length of s1, and you will see the output. The output is 17. Okay. And why I've told you guys to use Python as Spider as well, because you can see the variable explorer is there. You can look into for the data types. You can see the A is str, S1 is a str, and if you want to look about what this particular len function does, so you have to do control plus I, and when you will do control plus I, you will retrieve the required documentation for that particular function. So here you can see the len function. What it does, it returns the number of items in a container. Again, container means it doesn't mean a string. It includes list, tuple, dictionaries, basically every iterator. Okay. So len function, it finds the length, and for everything, if you want to see it, the documentation part, so you have to just select it and do control F. And these things you can't see in any other ID, whether it's VS Code, whether it's PyCharm. So Spider provides us this flexibility to see those stuffs. So that's the reason I suggest a beginner to use a Spider rather than VS Code. Yes, VS Code and PyCharm is good, but again, if you wanna read the whole documentation, if you have to master something, then certainly Spider is the best. Okay. So now we will move to the next thing. It's the syntax of indexing a string. Okay. So what do you mean by index? Index is a certain memory allocation, not particular memory allocation, but index works as a pointer. Pointer means if you want to point certain variable, for example, in string s1, if you want to get the variable a, so how you can get it, right? So a is in certain position, d is in certain position, I similarly anything which is under quotes, whether it's space, whether it's special character. For example, if I will add a special character here, then I will add a space. So these special characters itself holds a certain position in this particular string. Similarly, this space also holds it, right? So if I want to get it, what's the position of a? So every time when we transfers to a string, so the index numbers, it starts from zero. The count starts from zero. It doesn't start with one. It starts with a whole number, and whole number starts with zero. Okay. So a has a index position zero. Similarly, d will be having one, I two, t three, y four. small a5, and again this space will be 6. Again I7, S8, and again this space will be 9. Okay, and this special character will be 10. And if you want to find it, what actually is in the 10th position, so you have to type the string name, in which variable you have stored that particular string, use a square bracket, and in square bracket just write the index number. For example, I have told you guys, and I have counted it right now, that this particular at the rate special character holds the position of 10. So let's see. Okay, sorry, my bad. I have to count it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I will do len of S1 then. Okay, sorry, my bad. I haven't executed this string after I have modified it. Okay, so if I will execute it, S1 Aditya is a trainer, and if I will wanna look at the position 10, so at the 10th position, I've told you it's at the rate. So let execute it again. So you can see at the rate symbol, right? So the indexing starts from 0 and it continues, right? So whenever, and again, this is a positive indexing. Whenever you are looking from left to right, whenever you are writing anything, it starts from left, right? You are writing in notebook, right? So you doesn't start from here, right? You start from here. So this is a positive indexing, and whenever you start from left, left will be from -1. Sorry, from right to left. If you wanna go, then the indexing will be from -1. It will not with -0, because -0 is obviously 0. Positive 0 is 0. 0 means 0. It doesn't have a particular sign, whether it's positive or negative. Okay. So whenever you wanna look through the string backwards, okay, then the indexing starts from -1, from right to left. And if you are looking into a string from left to right, then the indexing will be positive. uh, as I have shown it, like it was 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, this at the rate 10, and in the 10 we got at the rate. And again, when we have to look that at the rate, what is that uh, position of this particular special character when we are looking backward, okay, backward from right to left. So let's count it, what is there. And I told you guys it starts from -1. So R holds the position of -1, then E -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9. So at the rate holds the -9 position when we are uh, transversing the string from right to left in backward direction. Okay. And if I will put here as one, again, you have, whenever you are looking for any index position, you have to use square brackets. Okay. And in the square bracket, if I will put -9, then you can see at the rate symbol will be there, right? Similarly, if you want to look for any character, for example, if I will do -10 here, then certainly it will be a space, because after at the rate, it's space. So you can see a space is here in quotes. I've told you anything which is written under quotes is a string, whether it's a space, whether it's a special character. So this was all about the negative indexing, positive indexing starts from 0, negative indexing starts from -1. Whenever we are doing any reverse thing, starting from backward, starting from right to left. So it start with -1. Okay. So now let's go through some more examples. For example, in the name variable, what we have put? We have put a string named as digit mg. Okay. And if I will execute this line of code, and if I wanna execute name of 0, what is in the 0th position? So I want you guys to comment the answer on the comment section. What will be the answer for this? Okay. So, and similarly with the name of 3, what will be the third index position of the string? Again, this is a positive indexing, and positive indexing starts from 0. So similarly, look into it. What will be the third position? Comment that in the comment section. Okay. And when I will execute it, you can see the first value is D. Why? Because at 0th position, it is D. And when we have to take the third uh, index of that particular string, so it will be 0, 1, 2, and 3. Small I will be 3. So if I will execute this particular statement, then you can see the value will be I. Similarly, it start with negative indexing as well. If I will execute this line of code, so what will be the answer? I want you guys to comment it. Comment it first. So obviously, the answer will be G, because whenever we are considering negative indexing, it starts from right to left. It starts from backward. Okay. So obviously the answer will be G. So you can see the answer is G. So now the next part, and the most important part, and the most important thing in string is indexing, and it is used in data science whenever uh, and it is the most important topic in data science, and it is the most important topic whenever you are looking for some developer kind of job roles, in whether you are looking for Python developer, whether you are looking for the backend developer in a language with Python. So indexing in string is a most important thing, and indexing doesn't support only on string, but it supports as well in list, in tuple, uh, whenever we are using any sequential data types, data types, the data types are in a sequence order. In that, indexing is the most important part. So I want you guys to just be focused on this, and I hope you guys are making running notes, because running notes, not only it will help your speed, uh, but it will help you to memorize it better. Whenever you are learning something and you are writing it down at the same time, the your chances of memorizing the thing, your chances of uh, rethinking those particular topics uh, will be much easier. Okay. And why I'm telling these things? Because it has helped me, and somewhere or the other, whenever you are in school or in the colleges, it had helped you guys as well. Don't just look at the video for the sake of listening it. Just keep writing down the things as well. So the let's start with the slicing part. So just keep one thing in mind: whenever we are slicing anything from right to left, then we are using positive indexing. Okay. I've told you, whenever we are looking for any index value and we are starting from left to right, we are starting like a sequential order, like a front. We are not starting from back. We are not starting from right to left. Then we are using positive indexing every time. And what's the most important thing? You have to keep it in mind whenever you are indexing. Then the most important thing is uh, that indexing should be in a square bracket. As I have told you guys, like whenever you are looking for any particular index value, that particular uh, thing you have that particular number, you have to put it in a square bracket with the name of that variable, or whether in that variable you are storing string, list, tuple, or anything. Okay. So the basic syntax of indexing is, write the variable name here s1, then it start with square bracket, then the very first thing it will come is the starting point. The starting point, then put a semicolon here, then the ending point, and the next is the step. Step means how many steps you have to take, whether it's of for example, you are climbing a staircase, right? And if you wanna climb it, then obviously you will move forward by step. Like on the first stairs, you have put your leg, then on the second, then on the third, then on the fourth. But what if I will tell you just skip one stairs at the once? So what you will do? You will start from zero. You are in zero. You haven't been stepping your foot on that particular stairs. Right now, you are in zeroth position, right? And this is the first step. And if I tell you to skip this one, then what you will do from zero, you will skip this and you will move on to second, right? You are in zero, you skip the first, you move to second. Then again, after second, the third is there, you will skip the third, then you will move to fourth. Similarly, from fourth, you will move to sixth. And gradually from 6 till 8, 10, 12, like this. And when, so the step is like this, whatever kind of step, if you want to follow it, okay? Whether it's a step of 2, whether it's a step of 3, whether it's a step of 4, 5, or 6. And by default, the step every time is 1. It will not be a 0, right? Whenever you are climbing any stairs, certainly you will put your foot one after the other, like this. You will not just be yourself in that particular initial position. If you will be in your initial position, then how come you will be able to climb it? Okay, so by default, every time it will be step 1 itself, whether it is in Python or whether it's in the real life example or in the real life thing. Okay, so by default, the step will be 1. And if you haven't mentioned anything, then the step will be 1. And if you have to mention the steps, then certainly you can put any number here. Okay, so keep these things in mind. The basic syntax, the basic thing which you have to keep it in mind while indexing is, first starts with end start, then it will, the second the value will be end, and again the third will be steps, right? And by default you haven't mentioned any step, then the value will be 1. Okay, and let's take an example. For example, if you haven't put anything here, right? So if you haven't put anything here, so by default it will be a start value, and you haven't put anything in the end, so by default it will be a end value. See here, what we supposed to put the starting value, right? And you haven't put anything, so by default it will be start. And in the second part, what I have told you, you guys have to put the end position till where you have to go through your string. So here, if you haven't put anything, then by default it will be end. And at the step part, which I have told you, like by default it will be 1 if you haven't put anything, right? So now let's start with the thing, right? For example, here you can see it. I have told you, first it will be a string name, uh, in which the string is stored. For example, in this particular line of code in 397, you can see in the name variable we have stored digit mg, right? And what is the first, what is this one? I want you to comment on the section. And here I have told you guys that this particular first part of the slicing, it will be a starting value, right? You can see in line number 405, it is a starting value, means the value will start from 0. And by default, what is the index position of the very first value in string? It's 0. So I am skipping the 0 value. I'm starting from 1. Okay. You are climbing a stairs. So I have told you, don't step your foot on on the first stair. Put your step on the second stair, right? In real life, the counting, it starts from 1, right? But in string, in list, the counting starts from 0. So obviously the second position, the second value will contain index number 1. So we have to start from 1 and we have to go till 4. And one thing you have to keep it in mind, that whenever you are putting any end value, the loop, the slicing will go through n minus 1 time. N minus 1 time here, and start here, and starts with end value, right? So whenever you are assigning any end value, the loop will go, the transversing will go one step below. Okay. So for example, what is the fourth index of this particular string name, right? So let's calculate it manually here. As I've told you, the first position starts with 0. So D is 0, I is 1, G is 2, again I is 3, T is 4. Okay. And I have told you, whenever you are writing the end position, any value, loop will go through minus 1 of that end value. So loop will go till 4 minus 1, that is 3. So now let's execute it. I want you guys to answer on the comment section what will be the output of this particular line of code of 408. So now let's calculate it manually. I have told to skip the first position because indexing always start from 0 and you are starting from 1, right? So I value, index position is 1, then it will come G, the index position is 2, then the index position 3, which is I. 4, it will not go. Why? Because I've told you the loop, it is built in this way. कि you have to go till 4, right? And you can't question, it's like why it goes till n minus 1, because the programmer who have developed this particular language have designed in this way. Okay. So for example, just take a real life example, like I am a boy, and suppose this video, and the another person is a girl, right? So obviously there is a change in the physical appearance, there is a change in uh, the way we talk, there is a change in our voice, in our vocal cord, and you can't question ki, like, he is a boy and why his voice is harsh, what, and she is a girl and why her voice is low, because it is a changes in vocal cord which is not being designed by us, it's being designed by God, and God had made ourselves like this way, that okay, this particular body structure is of a boy, this particular body structure is of a girl. Similarly, whenever we are indexing and slicing anything, every time when you will put a value, the end value, then the loop will go till end minus 1. It will not go till the end, it will go till end minus 1 value. Okay. So I hope you guys have understood these things. So let's execute it. I have shown it you guys manually. What will be the answer of this? The answer is IGI, because I is the first position, G is the second position, again I is the third position. It will not go till T, it will not go till T. Why? Because Python is being designed like this way, right? And if I will execute it, you will see the value. The answer is obviously IGI. And if we want to consider negative indexing, so negative indexing, I have told you guys how it starts. It starts from minus 1 whenever we are considering backwards, whenever we are considering from right to left. Okay. So certainly G holds the position of minus 1, M minus 2, t is minus 3. So what I have told, the start position, the indexing will start as it is. But at the end, what it will go? It will go till one step below. Okay. So here, whenever we are starting from t, okay, we have start from t because t contains the minus 3 position when we are moving towards the string from right to left, right? T holds minus 3. So first letter will be E. Then M holds the position of minus 2. M will also get printed. Will G get printed or not? I want you guys to comment on the comment section. Okay. So I'm giving you 10 seconds time. So your time starts now. Okay. So 10 seconds over. So the answer will be obviously no. It will not go till G because I have told you whenever we are using slicing, the value which we have given at the end, it will always go till end minus 1. Okay. So, and let me execute it as a real. So if I will do end, so here the value is end, and if we'll do end minus 1, so end minus 1 is minus 1 and minus 1, obviously it's minus 2. So it will go till minus 2, and minus 2 is m. So if I will execute it, the answer will be tm. tm, you can see here, right? So I know it's confusing because you have been, these things are new, so it is quite confusing because the indexing part, the slicing part, isn't in Java or any other programming languages. But yes, it at the start it will be bit difficult, but it is very easy and it is very interesting, and it is the most important topic in data science as a developer. As any job role, you are looking into it and you are considering Python as your core skills. This is the most important topic, slicing. Not only slicing of strings, but slicing of lists, slicing of tuples, every sequential data types which we are following. So now let's move on to the next example here. And first, let me show the step. It's like I have told you the step value here, and here step value by default it was 1. IGI we were considering, and let's take the step of, let's put it here 6, and the step as 2, right? And if I will execute this statement, so what it will happen, it will start from D. First D will be printed, then it will skip the first value, right? And it will move to 3. G will be printed. Why? Because I have given the step value here 2. 2 means first step will be skipped, you have to move to the second step, then a third will be, then fourth, right? So similarly, we are starting from 1, then the first letter will be printed is I, second G will be skipped, then it will be again I, then T will be skipped, then M, and it will not print G. Why? Because it is not in the loop. We have given a step of 2 here. And if I will execute it, the value will be I, and M, right? And if I will execute it, you can see the value is M, right? Similarly, if I will put a value here 3, right? So 3 means after I, it will skip 2 positions. G and I will be skipped and T will be printed. Again, M and G will be skipped, and there is no such value in this particular string. So only 2 values will be printed. First is I, then the second one is T. Okay. So if I will execute it, you can see IT, right? And I've also told you guys, if you haven't mentioned anything, then by default, it will start from 0, right? So the start value here is, let me execute this line of code here. Okay. So the start value by default it's 0, end is 0, and step also we haven't mentioned anything. So it's 0. So I want you guys to comment on what the answer will be for this particular line of code, right? So obviously everything will be printed. Why? Because we are starting from D and we are going till end, right? So D will be printed, I will be printed, G will be printed, and we are haven't you been using the step or as well. So it will not skip any characters. So let's execute it and you can see everything from start till end, it's being printed here. Okay. And if you want to consider the negative indexing, so similarly, you can apply the same way. If you haven't put anything here, if you haven't put anything, if you haven't put anything in the start, if you haven't put anything in the end, and also if you want to go from -1, okay, why you want to go -1 step means in the decreasing order you have to move on. So what it will do, it will reverse the string. It will reverse the string. See, GTMIG. So the most important question which arises here is to, to check a string is a palindrome or not. To check a string is palindrome or not, right? So what do you mean by palindrome string? Palindrome is something which is in the initial phase and we are reversing that particular thing, then this will be a palindrome. For example, let's take a palindrome number. Palindrome number means 1 to 1. If we read this number from right to left, from left to right, okay, so it is 1 to 1. And if you are reading the same number in reverse order, then also it's 1 to 1. Okay. Similarly, 1 to 3, it's not a palindrome because right now it's 1 to 3, and when we are reading backward, it's 3 to 1. So similarly, it applies with string. So some of the palindrome string is, you can see madam, because MADAM, madam, when we are reading this string as usual in an systematic order from left to right, and if we are reading the string in reverse order, then also this string remains the same. Okay, so why this is the most important question? Because here we have used the same thing. This syntax particularly provides the reversing of string, right? We are starting from end, we are starting from start by default, we are starting till end, and the only value the step is -1, means it's reversing the value. Okay. For example, this hello is not a palindrome word because OLLHE doesn't matches with hello, right? So if you want to check it, like madam is a palindrome or not, so let's store it in a variable named E, and in E, let's store MADM, madam. And if I will check E equal to E start, end, and step will be -1. So what will be the value? Just comment it. What value does this comparison operator gives? I've taught you guys. Means like what particular type of value comparison operator gives. Obviously, it's the Boolean value, true or false. Either it will be equal or either it will be not equal. There is not any third statement left out here, right? So if I will execute it, sorry, I haven't run this code. I will run it and then I will run this code. Then you can see the value is true. Why it's true? Because madam is a palindrome word. And if I will just remove A here and it's become Ada. And if I will reverse this, then it will be ADAM, Adam. And Adam is not similar to Mada, right? So if I execute this line of code, then I will execute this. Then you will see the value will be false. So there are various questions pertaining to slicing of strings, and I hope you guys have understood this topic. And tomorrow we will move ahead with the string, and the most important thing which we will discuss tomorrow is the string formatting, how you can particularly print a particular statement in particular order. And also we will uh, discuss about certain functions related to string. So yes, till then, you guys just keep revising the topic, keep writing the mind maps, keep reading the mind maps, sorry, my bad, and keep practicing, because again, coding or programming is like a swimming. The more you swim, the more you become efficient. The less you swim, you will forget and you will be drowned. Okay, at the time you will think, you will get ki, okay, this is too much thing, and you will be getting drowned because you are not practicing. Similarly, if you are practicing every day, if you are swimming every day, then it doesn't matter you are in ocean or whether you are in a large lake or whether you are anywhere, you will certainly swim it. But if you are not swimming it every day, then you will be certainly get drowned in a swimming pool of 10 feet high. Okay, so keep these things in mind. Till then, I hope you guys will be doing those steps and keep joining the sessions on time. That is 8 p.m. every day. And let's see you guys tomorrow. And till then, bye bye. Good luck, good night, and yes, Jai Hind.